Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk.
Hi. For those tuning in, welcome and welcome. This is Pillow Talk with the Naughty Autie. We're talking about relationships and dating and sexuality in the time of coronavirus, but in general as well, and how do we make connections during this time. So you're welcome. Thank you for asking that. That was a great question. We just had a question about flirting, which is wonderful. And I'm glad you guys have tuned in. You know what I mean? This is the only way this works, is if you guys are here and we're engaged and we're having, this conversation. And it's a difficult conversation to have because, as we know, a lot of people don't like to think about autism and sexuality. It's a difficult thing for people to really get their heads around, that people on the spectrum can be sexual beings, right? That's a big part of my presentations that I give and the talks that I give. It's trying to show people that even though we have a disability, even though we're on the autism spectrum, we are sexual beings. We are capable of sexuality, of engaging in sexuality. And so that's what I want people to understand. Whether it's physical disability or developmental disabilities, people just have a really hard time thinking of people with disabilities as sexual beings. There's this infantilization that occurs, right? If you have a disability, if you're on the autism spectrum, it's like people treat you as if you're permanently a child. A lot of that comes from our dominant images in the media of autism being of children. We still tend to think of autism as something that mainly affects children, but it doesn't. It affects adults too. So you can't have somebody talking to someone who's 18, 19, 20 years old like they're a little kid. And it's just not acceptable. And it denies us our agency as human beings. It denies us the opportunity to engage in a part of the human experience that is so crucial and essential.
Another night of being alone with Pillow Talk.